listening to Good Morning Gwinnett, a division of Noise Media Network, hosted by Audrey Bell Kearney, sharing stories about people and places around beautiful Gwinnett County and beyond. Monday through Thursday at 10 a.m. Southern living at its best.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, all my Gwinnetians out there in Gwinnett Land and all of my friends around the world. It's a beautiful day here in Gwinnett County. It is 65 degrees, going up to a high of lovely 81. I've been outside this morning. I've been standing on the ground with no shoes on. I've been doing earthing and I've been doing meditation and all of that good stuff. So feeling good about today. I've been feeling a little bit under the weather for the last week. Like right after the show last Monday, I started to feel kind of ilky, and I've still been under the weather, so I'm still a little bit under the weather. I'm feeling better, but I'm still not myself 100%. You know how you can feel when you're yourself, right? You feel better, you feel good, things feel good. I don't know, I've been feeling a little ilky, so I'm trying to get back to myself, and hopefully that I'll get there. So anyway, hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. It is Memorial Day. I want to shout out to and thank all of those who served this country for our safety, who did not make it back home to us. I want to give a shout out to my Uncle John Blunt, Sergeant John Blunt. He did 20 years in the Army. He graduated. He retired. We lost him last month. He passed away last month, and great guy. Well-traveled, just an overall great guy, and a proud military man, a proud military man. You know, this month right here is gonna forever be one of those months that's a little painful for me, because my mom's birthday was Saturday, and so we had a cookout, and you know she wasn't there, because she passed away back in January, and then Memorial Day, and it's so crazy because anytime Memorial Day came, it was always during playoff season. Like, my mom loved basketball. And anytime, right around Memorial Day, I told y'all this story on Friday. It was always that time of year where, it was basketball season and the playoffs was going on. And we would have to figure out we wanted, because she didn't care about partying. Like, when it was time she didn't care about let me tell you. When her stories is on, which Days of Our Lives, when Days of Our Lives was on, right? And the basketball game, the football game, she could care less about anybody talking about anything. And it was funny because she used to say that to me, like, when I was watching something and I was all in it, it was like, yeah, I really don't want to talk right now. And she was the same way. It was hilarious because she was the exact same way. So when basketball was on, she didn't care. Now, she loved holidays, but when basketball was on, she could really care less about any kind of holiday. She just really wanted to enjoy the game. So we would always have to figure out how to get the TV to work so she could watch the game while we did all the stuff that we do. So this is going to be one of the months that, it's Mother's Day, it's her birthday, and then it's going to be it's going to be Memorial Day. So it's going to be always one of those days where, you think about people who just aren't here. You think about people that you love and that you miss. They just aren't here. And so it's going to be one of those days. All right. It's also National 529 Day. So for those of you who don't know what 529 is, 529 is an investment plan that people can put away for their children to go to college. So back in the day, not back in the day. What am I saying back in the day? Right now, if you think, because I feel like college... I feel like college is going to be one of those back in the day kind of things, only because right now, unless you're going to be a doctor, a lawyer, or some kind of paraprofessional like that, you can make a ton of money without going to college. I mean, it is what it is. You can make a ton of money. But anyway, if you think about sending your kid to college, and I don't even know if your baby is born right now, I don't even know if college is going to be relevant, like, tell you the truth. But anyway, if you are, and you want to start investing in your children's college future right now, all you got to do is find a financial advisor who can do stocks and mutual funds, and they can help you set up a 529 plan. So that's what a 529 is. So if you want your kid to go to college, you want to start saving, $25 a month, $50 a month, whatever it is, you can set up a 529 right now. by finding a financial advisor or financial planner to put that in place for you. It's also International Day of UN Peacekeepers, International Day of UN Peacekeepers, and it's National Paperclip Day. Yes, Paperclip has its own day. Paperclips have their own day. Yep. I know people like, what? Listen, you find the craziest holidays on them calendars. Like, people just put anything on the calendar because they can. It's a free calendar, and they can put anything on the calendar, anything that they want to. All right, listen, today is Monday, Memorial Day, May the 29th, but today I'm going to be talking business, so I kind of switched the show up a little bit. Now I'm going to be talking business. So be sure to stick around for that. Before I get to the business, though, we're going to go ahead and get on with these horoscopes brought to you by Noted Astrologer Micah Thyssen. But today, Monday, May the 29th, we're going to kick that thing off like we always do. That is with Aries. Aries, don't lend or borrow money or belongings. Be prepared to make compensations and adjustments. Put your energy into learning new skills or picking up valuable information. Look, I'm all for learning, baby. If you're going to learn a new skill, do something different. Put your energy there, right? In the meantime, don't lend or don't borrow money or belongings, all right? Because you may not get it back, Aries, so don't do it. Taurus, you should expect to have changes in your home. You need to focus on yourself, not on others. Don't let your partner put you down. All right, look, Taurus, listen. Focus on yourself. Right? And it's not selfish to focus on yourself. Sometimes we put everything and everybody before us instead of just focusing on ourselves. I'm guilty. I'm raising my hand. I was sitting there right now saying, man, my neck hurts. And I got someone gave me a free gift certificate to go get a massage. And I did not go get it. But I think I'm going to make it a plan to go get it this week. I think I got a day where there's not a lot to be done. I think that day is Wednesday. I think I'm going to go get my massage. Or I may even go Thursday. But anyway, you take some time to focus on yourself and not on others. And in the meantime, don't let your partner put you down. Stop letting people run all over you and being a doormat to people. All right? Gemini, you will be in the mood to socialize. Opportunities to travel will be favorable in terms of money-making connections. I'd love to hear that for you, Gemini. Self-deception regarding your own worth may lead you down the wrong path. All right, listen. Opportunities to travel will be favorable in terms of money-making connections. I like it, Gemini. You need to make some money. Listen, you need to make some connections. Roll with it, baby. Roll with that. In the meantime, don't self-deceive. Don't deceive yourself, right? Because that's going to lead you down the wrong path. Stop. You know the truth. So focus on it. I know sometimes the truth is harsh. It's hard to take. Let me tell y'all something. I was talking to somebody recently, and they said something that kind of shocked me. But I'm sure it's true for them, And it was something where if they had put themselves in a leadership position, they would be in the leadership position. But they always put themselves second, right? And then the comment was something where they felt like they were on a lower level from everybody else. That's what I got from that, right? But that's the position that they put themselves in. Like they never take a leadership position. If you take a leadership position, then you can't be on the second tier. You're the leader. So you have to think about those things. So it was funny because I felt bad for them, but at the same time, you got to step up, right? You got to step up because if you don't know your self-worth and you put yourself in these positions, it's going to put you on the wrong path. That's the path you don't want to be on, but you got to step up to the plate. You got to take the leadership role. So take it and run with it. Cancer, you need some rest. Romance will unfold through business trips. Uncertain changes regarding your personal life are evident. Yes, you need some rest. Me too. I did rest on Saturday, for real. I rested a little bit before I went to the cookout. I rested more yesterday, I think. No, not really. I did a lot of work yesterday. I got a lot done. I did work. I rested a little bit yesterday and a little bit on Saturday. So you need some rest, Cancer. Get it, because it's helpful. It really is. Leo, you will have the opportunity to advance, but you have to be willing to make some changes and possibly a residential move. You are exceptional at presenting your ideas. Leave your checkbook or credit cards at home. All right, Leo, leave them at home. If you don't want to spend too much, leave the credit cards and the checkbook at home. Only take what you can afford to spend because if you take them credit cards, I don't even know if people take checkbooks anymore. Like debit card, leave your debit card and your credit card at home. Take cash and only take what you can afford. Virgo, look into intellectual and physical games that will test your abilities. You need to make changes that will raise your self-esteem, such as a new hairstyle, or a new image. You can convince anyone of anything. Look at you, Virgo. Can you convince somebody to listen? I am looking for an investor for a new venture. Can you call me so we can figure out who we need to convince so we can get this investment for this new venture? Yeah, it's so funny. I don't need it. It's we got a couple of projects that's rolling right now, and we don't need the investment. The person with the project needs the investment, so we're gonna put them in contact with a couple of investors. All right, I'm gonna go to the song. I'll be right back after the song and bring you more of the horoscopes brought to you by noted astrologer Micah Dyson. Stay tuned. 나와 단둘이 길을 걸어가 닿듯 말듯한 손끝 사이로 네 마음이 내게 온 건 어쩔 수 없지만 What can I do? 배지를 돌려놓고 펜만 손에 쥐고 있어 I'm sick and tired 저렇게 세상이고 있어 Tell me what you wanna do 누군 걸 앞에 알려줘 What can I do Oh no beautiful nightmare 또 끌리고 있어 Beautiful nightmare I don't wanna lose myself again 이게 사랑일까 난 널 바라보고 돌아보고 시작의 끝을 보고 But don't wanna let you go This broken heart is lost again In the beautiful nightmare Tell me what you want from me Tell me what you wanna hear from me 내게 말해봐 아직 아물지도 못한 상처 속에 의미를 찾고 있는 날 Tell me what you wanna do 누군 걸 앞에 알려줘 What can I do Oh no beautiful nightmare 또 끌리고 있어 Beautiful nightmare I don't wanna lose myself again 이게 사랑일까 Oh no beautiful nightmare 또 끌리고 있어 I don't wanna lose myself again 이게 사랑일까 난 널 바라보고 돌아보고 시작의 끝을 보고 But don't wanna let you go This broken heart is lost again In the beautiful nightmare Welcome back. It's your girl Audrey Bell Kearney bringing you the daily horoscopes brought to you by noted astrologer Micah Dyson. We're going to pick it up with Libra. Too much work and no play would not only result in fatigue and frustration, but also loneliness too. You would get upset over trivial matters. Avoid any erratic behavior or it could cause isolation at home. You're going to get upset over, what's the underlying issue, Libra? Why are you getting upset over little tiny things, like the small stuff? Haven't you ever heard the whole saying, don't sweat the small stuff because it's all small stuff? Yeah, you might want to check that. Something is underlining that, all right? Scorpio, you would need to do a lot of research if you wish to get to the bottom of things. You are best to do something energetic with friends instead. You may feel a need to make changes to your legal documents. All right. Do you need to change your will around, Scorpio? You need to change the beneficiary and your insurance. What you need to change? Your partnership agreement? Yeah. Your license, your ID, your social security card. You got married. What you need to change? Make the change. Do what you got to do. Sagittarius, Don't allow personal problems to conflict with professional duties. Consider a trial separation if you and your mate just can't come to terms. Don't upset elders in your home who don't understand your present situation. All right, Sagittarius. This is a little rough right here. Consider a trial separation. Sometimes that could help, right? Sometimes you just need a minute to be by yourself, to go to sleep by yourself, to wake up by yourself, so you can think. Because when you're in the presence of that person, their energy and your energies is bumping heads. So you may just need a minute for yourself. They may need a minute for themselves. Just a second, just so you can think. So I'm not saying this. Listen, that's not me saying take a trial separation. It's the stars. It's Michael Thyssen in the stars, right? However, that may do you some good. It may do you some good to get your thoughts together, to find out how much you guys really love each other. 9 times out of 10, you really do love each other. You're probably the point where you kind of drawn apart, right? Like you just kind of, they're different. You know, you changed, they've changed. You know, your idea of fun is not their idea of fun. Things like that. You have goals, they don't have any goals. You have plans, they don't have any plans. You have ambition, they don't have any. Where do you go from there? You know, you like sports, they don't like sports. You know, where do you go from there? I had this conversation this morning with somebody, and they were saying how, every little problem that could possibly be found right now is being found. In their relationship, every little tiny problem. And it's to the point where I don't see it lasting. I don't like to speak death over relationships, but this one I just don't see lasting. But my question was, did you not see any of this before? Like any of it? It's one thing to totally camouflage, right? But it's another thing to not see any. Like the things that I'm hearing right now, like I think I would have peeped some of those out. Now I know people show up as their representative. They tell you all the things you want to hear in the beginning, and you find out later that none of that stuff is true. They don't have goals, they don't have ambitions, they don't want to do nothing, they don't like going nowhere, they just want to play the game all day. And that was the problem. They were saying the person just want to play the game. The only thing they want to do to play the game. Well, here's the thing. There was a hint that they didn't do anything but play the game because they didn't do anything but play the game. Like that wasn't going to change. But I think because the person said things were going to change, they thought they were going to change. In reality, a leopard don't change his spots. Let me say that again. In reality, a leopard does not change his spots. And if you don't take the time to really get to know that person before you jump into a committed relationship, understand that who you're dating right now is probably the representative. And the representative will say anything, do anything to get you. And then once they get you, the real person show up. And you be like, who the hell are you? So I'm just saying, Capricorn, was that Sagittarius? Capricorn, go to the top if you're being harassed or held back. Don't be too quick to voice your opinion. Listen to others carefully. Entertainment should include the whole family. All right, you're going to need to listen carefully, Capricorn. Carefully. Carefully being the key word there. If you're going to listen, you can't be talking. So you're going to have to shut your lips and just listen. Because it's something you need to hear, and it's going to be very important. All right? You can't voice your opinion right now. Your opinion don't matter. You need to listen. Aquarius, you have to feel free to come and go as you please to achieve happiness. You should consider getting into self-improvement endeavors. You can continue to forge ahead if you make a few long-distance calls pertinent to closing pending deals. All right, listen, you got to make them unnecessary. Listen, I know you don't like cold calling. I hate cold calling. But you got to do what you got to do if you want to close that deal. The deal is pending. You don't want to feel like you're being a pain or a bother, but you got to. The deal is pending. And they probably forgot. You probably need to make that call. Make the call. Make the call, Aquarius. Put your big girl panties on and make the call. All right, last but not least, my fellow fish Pisces. Someone you live with may feel totally neglected today. Your ability to charm others will put you in the limelight at social functions. Look into some personal changes. I'm always looking into personal changes. In the meantime, fish, someone you live with may be feeling neglected. Now, here's the thing. I don't know where you are right now, what you're doing, but if there's a minute you can spare some time for that person, try to do that. Try to do it. I know for me right now, I'm on this run. I got a lot going on. I'm running a chamber. I'm running a business. I'm trying to get to this money. I got a lot of things pending on the background. I just got a lot, and I'm pretty much overwhelmed, right? So if I'm living with somebody and they feeling neglected, sheesh, I feel neglected. I feel like I'm neglecting myself because I'm on my grind right now, which is probably why I feel bad. I'm talking about physically bad, like sick bad, because my mind never rests. I woke up with a headache this morning. I have a headache right now, and I took pain pills. My mind never really get a chance to relax, and I think a lot of times we don't even think about that. People think that physical work is like, oh my God. No, mental work is exhausting. You know why? Because your mind controls everything. And so, I know I got off on a tangent. Anyway, someone you live with is feeling neglected, fish. Take care of them. You know what I mean? Take care of them. Take care of them as best you can, but also take care of yourself. And right now, I'm talking to myself as well. I'm talking to myself, looking to some personal changes. I am going to look into personal changes because I feel like because I work so hard and mentally I don't get enough rest, even when my body is laying in the bed sleeping, my mind is still running. And I know that I have to figure out how to not do that. So, Fish, I'm telling you to look into personal changes, making life easier for yourself, making life more relaxing for yourself, getting yourself some peace and some grace, right? And some time outs. Like, even when I take a time out, it's not a time out. Even when I stop to rest, it's not really rest. And here's the problem. I didn't do a whole lot of work on Saturday, but what I watched had to do with business. So it's not even like my mind was resting. It was all about business. So anyway, that's all the horoscopes. And the rest of this show will be about business. How about that? I know. I'm bad. I'm a bad fish. All right, that's all the horoscopes I got for you today. I'll be back again tomorrow with more of the horoscopes brought to you by Know the Astrologer. I'm going to go to the song, and then we're going to come back and we're going to talk about ways for you to market your business offline. I know everybody's so wrapped up into online marketing, so they forget about marketing offline. So we're going to talk about that right after this song. I'll be right back.
We stayed up till the morning, talking till the first light of dawn. Just like that, without no warning, it hit me so hard. Oh, I'm so sorry, girl, I didn't mean to. I done messed it up again. Yeah, I'm sorry if I crossed the line. What am I supposed to do right now? Baby, I'm falling for you. What I would do for you to love me too. No, I can't hide it no more. What I would do for you to love me too. I try to tell what you were thinking, what you might feel for me. And I know that we've been out drinking. Maybe this ain't for real. Oh, I'm so sorry, girl, I didn't mean to. I done messed it up again. Yeah, I'm sorry if I crossed the line. What am I supposed to
welcome back. That was a different song. So that was a new song, y'all, that I added. And it's so funny because I'm like, did I pick that song? It was pretty cool, though. I was like, did I pick that one and put it on the playlist? I did. That was a new song. All my songs today have been new songs. All right, listen, I want to talk about offline strategies to help you with your marketing. You know, a lot of times we're so caught up on online marketing till we kind of forget about offline marketing. And so one of the things I like to do is market on I like patch.com. And the reason I like patch.com is because, and note, Patch is not paying me. They should be paying me though. But I like them because you can go on there, you can post something and you can run an ad for like $2 a day or something. You can reach so many people in a short span of time with your ad, and I think that's pretty cool. So think about, that's online, right? God dog it, and that's online. Now I'm gonna talk about this. I was at the that was online, and I like patch.com, so that still works. But I was at the I had a meeting last week at the Hampton Inn, and inside of the Hampton Inn they had a magazine for the Snellville Trade and Tourism. So they put out their own print magazine, which I think that's pretty doggone cool. We put out a magazine here. Like I put out Thrive magazine monthly because for me, I still need to have that monthly. I still need to have that print magazine to help my clients and my members get their information out in print, right? So anyway, there's a magazine that's called Snellville Tourism and Trade, and it's a little Snellville magazine. So Snellville is a town here in Georgia. You can run an ad in that magazine. Like you can run an ad in magazines like your local, they used to call them penny savers. I don't know if they would call them penny savers now, but you can run ads. I started a penny saver a long time ago. I started a lot of stuff. Anyway, you can run an ad in those local magazines, especially when it's a trade magazine. And here's why: because they are putting out thousands. And so, that will be thousands of people that you wouldn't normally reach just from being online. Now, you could reach them with a good marketing campaign online, but what about the people who are not online? So this particular magazine was inside the Hampton Inn Hotel, which I thought was pretty cool, which I always said there. So think about like your local magazines, because the organization that actually published that magazine is putting that magazine out all over the place and with your content in there, right? The other thing that's kind of cool, now if you are a member of my community, I mean like a paid member, you could have added our magazine. When we go out networking, we put the magazine out at a networking event. So we did a networking event last week, and everybody that came into the room got a magazine. And that's a part of your membership. So we include that in a lot of our memberships, which is doggone good. So if you're a member of the Gwinnett Women's Chamber, or if you buy one of my packages at noisemedia.us, you can get a full page ad or a half page ad in Thrive Magazine, which is our magazine that we put out when we go out to networking events. Because I feel that, online is great, but don't forget about offline marketing too. Now, another good and someone said this worked, because I asked them did it work. Radio advertising. Let me tell y'all something. You got to know radio advertising work when you hear the same ads over and over and over again, and they're spending money, like real money. Like they're spending a ton of money on radio advertising over and over again. So radio stations have a huge listenership, right? People are listening to the radio in their cars, and they hear your ads so much, depending on how much money you put into your campaign, till it sticks in their head. So when it's time for them to call you, they have heard your message over and over and over again, because they drive home, especially if you're in Atlanta. If you're in the metro area and you got to come home, you ain't got to be in Atlanta no more. Gwinnett is getting just as congested. You're sitting in your cars for at least 30, 40 minutes, just coming from one end of Sugarloaf to the other end. From one end of Sugarloaf to the other end of Sugarloaf, you could be sitting in your car for hours. Sometimes, because the traffic is just backed up, or don't let an accident happen. It sucks. That being said, radio advertising is a great way to get your message out there. Now, outdoor advertising, billboards and bus stops and bus shelters and things like that could be a little bit expensive. So you got to really look at your budget for that. Not only that, now I think billboards can be effective. My only problem with billboards, especially digital billboards, is that your ad is turning so quickly. So people have to really be watching the screen, which is watching the billboard, which is a little tough when you're trying to drive. So that could be effective, right? However, it's going to cost you. It's going to cost you, but it's still a way to market offline. Sponsoring events. Now, this is a good one too, because I don't know where you live, but where we live, there are a lot of events. There are so many events, and the weather is nice right now. It's festivals everywhere. You can sponsor an event. You can pop up at an event and have a table. I have to actually make a list of events so I can know where we need to be. You could pop up at events, have your own table at these events, and then that way people can find out who you are. But just in case you don't want to do that, let's say there is I'll give you a prime example. One of my clients and one of the members of the Gwinnett Women's Chamber is having an event, and it's called Sneakers and Tucks. It's a gala, and it's in December. And so she's looking for sponsors for that event. Now, what does that mean? That means as a sponsor, if you're going to be a sponsor, your name and logo and links and all that stuff go on all the marketing materials, the step and repeat, the website, the newsletter, the email list, all of that. Those are people that you wouldn't normally reach. Right? Those are people that it's going to go inside the program at the event. People are going to walk away with the program because 9 times out of 10, the program is going to look really, really nice. So they're going to walk with the program so you can sponsor an event. So that's another way to do it. And teams, like sports teams, right? So I don't know where you guys are, but I live in the SEC. All right. I live in the South, and sports down here, especially football, is huge. Like huge. I didn't know how big football was until I moved to Georgia. I used to go to the football games in Jersey because my brother was a coach. And so, we like to support, and my nephew played, and I love to support. So I go to football all the time. I came down here and went to a football game. I was like a high school football game. I'm like, what? It was so many people. I felt like I was at a college game. But here's the thing. There's another opportunity for you to sponsor those events. So that's an opportunity for you to sponsor a school, sponsor an event, things like that. All right. So listen, I'm going to go to this song. I'll be back after the song and bring you more ways for you to work your magic marketing offline. Everything does not have to be online. You can do some offline stuff. So stay tuned. I'll be right back after this song.
Paradise, you know where we're going tonight. on tonight. Paradise, paradise. I'm taking you to paradise, paradise. I don't even care about the price, yeah. Paradise, paradise. I'm taking you, paradise.
Welcome back. All right, so listen, we're going to keep this train rolling. We're talking about ways to market your business offline. Yes, offline. Direct marketing. I had thought about doing this, and I still think I am going to do it. Now, I can tell you that I'm going to be partnering with someone who just published a magazine that's mailed to 15,000 households. So I'm looking forward to seeing what that actually looks like. That's going to be really cool too. So targeted mailings, catalogs, and brochures like that, those are direct mail pieces. Now, you can create your own direct mail piece. You can create your own magazine. You can create your own little newsletter monthly and mail it out. Now, that's pretty cool, too. Think about this for a second, right? You can create a 4-page newsletter all about your story, what you're doing, not just a sales piece, but like a story, right? If you want to put out a story monthly about your company, you could put it out as a newsletter. On the front could be like a picture, or it could be a newsletter on the front. Like the front could be news, the inside could be news, this other page could be news, the back page could be news, the inside, back, inside, front, and the back. You can make it all news, or you can have news on the front. Inside is a flyer, inside news, inside front covers a flyer, then a news story on the inside back, and on the outside back can be a picture, a flyer. You can do this and send it out. That's very inexpensive to do, because you're talking about a sheet of paper that's the 11 by 17 sheet of paper, right? You go to one of the print centers, and I don't know about you, but I went to Office Depot, and they print from edge to edge. They print full bleed, and I was like, oh, okay. So you can get full bleed printing, or you can just order online and get a stack of them done a month. So give you a prime example. The company that I use all the time, a lot of times, I use other companies too, but the one I use most times to print my magazine up is called Mag Cloud, MAGCLOUD, Mag Cloud. And you can go there and get a 4-page newsletter for 80 cents. Let me say that again, because somebody missed it. You can get a 4-page newsletter for full color for 80 cents, because they charge you 20 cents a page. So if you get 100 of those printed out, and you go out and you pass those out, or you mail them out as a direct mail piece, you're going to have a beautiful publication that goes out on a monthly basis. And let's say you want to mail it out to 100 people that you want to do business with, because you don't got to mail it to everybody. Mail it to the 100 companies or the 100 small businesses that you want to do business with. You send that out every month. You send that out no matter what. That's going to cost you probably about 75 cents to mail. Probably not even that much. Because I think right now to mail something is like 55 cents. It may cost you 55 cents. So you just mail it out. And people are so used to online to get a newsletter in the mail that they didn't subscribe to. Oh, that's a win-win right there. And especially if you're trying to reach the target that you want to reach, right? So think about that for a second. All right, let's talk about networking and referrals. Now, I could tell you that I've been doing so much networking. It is unbelievable. What I will tell you about networking and referrals is that you need to make a list of the places that you want to go networking, because not every group of people is going to be your audience. So I know that you want to get as many clients as you can, so you're going to go to as many events as you can. I would say I want you to figure out the best networking events that you should go to, because you could burn yourself out really easily trying to get to every event. Trust me, I know, because I've done it. Find the ones that are trying to reach the people that you want to reach and go to those events, because they're gonna turn out to be better for you. Not because I've been to events, right? And I'm sitting in the room and everybody's trying to sell everybody. Nobody's really trying to get to know you. They're just trying to sell you. And I was like, this sucks. Right? Even though we're all there to get business, it sucks, because I feel like, oh my God, like nobody's paying you any attention, and they probably gonna trash your card when they get home. So I would say go to events and network with people with the intention of building relationships, but make sure it's in spaces that you really want to be in, and with people that you really want to do business with. Not just every networking event, because every networking event may not be the audience you want to partner with or serve. So keep that in mind. That's really important. All right, public relations, one of my best. I sent out a press release yesterday for a client, right? Public relations is a great tactic to use when you're trying to create media coverage. Now, here's what I'm going to tell you. A lot of times when people put out a press release, they hope that it's going to bring them sales. Press releases does not bring you sales. If a media organization picks up your press release and decides to run your story, it's going to get you publicity. It does not necessarily mean that's going to turn into sales, because a lot of times that may not. It's just going to get your story out there, get it in front of people, help build brand awareness, and that's going to move you towards getting sales. A press release does not, let me say that again, a press release does not mean you're going to get sales. It means you could get attention if you are being written up in someone's publication, on their radio show, on their podcast, in their magazine, on a newspaper, on a blog post. That's what that means. Now, you want it to get sales, and it could possibly get sales, but don't focus on the fact that I'm going to put this press release out and it's going to bring sales. That's not what PR does. It's publicity. It's public relations. It's introducing you, your platform, your product, your service to the world on these news sites. And that's a good thing. Now, hopefully, the news organization that's writing you up and doing the story about you give you a link back to your websites, because link back juice is great when it comes to SEO optimization, right? So that's what you want. So put out a press release. I'm going to say, try to put out a press release every month if you can. Now, do not put out one every week, because the news people are going to, the journalists and the media organizations, they're going to get tired of seeing you with the same kind of stuff. Do not put out a press release that's a sales letter. That's not a press release. You want to talk about news. The press release that I put out for my client yesterday was about them launching a new podcast. They're a tax organization. They do tax preparation and business solutions, but they just started this podcast. And so that's news. They're not selling anything. They're just introducing the world to their new podcast called The Tax Takedown. That's news. So we put that out yesterday. I have to put out another press release today about the Gwinnett Women's Chamber of Commerce. And I got to put out another press release on the first for another client. So that's because you have to let people know, what you're doing, but it doesn't necessarily equate to sales. So don't be disillusioned by that, because some people think if I put all this money into PR, I'm going to get all of these sales. No. PR and marketing go hand in hand. And then sales is a whole nother monster by itself. I'm just telling the truth. Most people won't tell you that. PR and marketing go hand in hand, and sales is PR, marketing, and sales. They're all different. All. So keep that in mind, okay? And the last thing I'm going to talk about is branded merchandise. So here's the thing. Keychains, pins, tote bags, t-shirts, that kind of stuff with your logo, your contact information on it. Now, whenever I go to PodFest, I always walk out of there with about 2 or 3 t-shirts, right? But I wear my t-shirts that I get at PodFest because I'm a podcaster. And so I wear mine without a hesitation. Here's the thing though. Will people want to wear your shirt with your company name on it? I don't know. Because that's I don't know if I want to walk around and be an advertising board for somebody else. But you should be advertising for yourself. So I'm guilty because I don't have any branded merchandise with my company name on it. I was at an event 2 weeks ago and the whole team had like the shirts with the name on them. I was like, oh. But that was because they understood that they should be marketing all the time. I don't have that, so I have to get me some branded merchandise. So that's why I saved that one for last, because I don't even have a branded merchandise. Tote bags, t-shirt, keychains, mugs, all that kind of stuff. Now I can have all that stuff. As a matter of fact, I can make it all right here in my house and give it out because I have all of the equipment. I just don't have it. I know what I'm going to make. I'm going to make me a license plate for my car. It's going to say Talk Business with Audrey. It's going to have my website on it. So I'm going to put, or it might say, I don't know. I have to figure, it might say something else. I don't know. I got to figure that whole thing out. But, if you can wear branded merchandise or if you can distribute branded merchandise, like there's a company that always sends me pins because they want me to buy pins. And the pins are nice. And I bought pins before. They're really nice. So I buy a box of pins with the company names on the side, which I love those. And the pen have like a little stylus in that you can use on your phone and stuff. So I love those pens. And I think I might have like 5 left. I love them. So, you can give away pens. People like pens. They won't throw away a pen. As a matter of fact, if it's a really good writing pen, they will fight you for that pen. Tote bags, I don't know. I have so many tote bags. I don't look forward to collecting tote bags. However, I will tell you this. My husband and I were traveling one day. and we needed an extra bag to put some shoes in. And someone had gave us some tote bags, and we were like, we could use these tote bags for these shoes. We put the shoes, he had a tote bag, I had a tote, like the drawstring one, and we were able to throw our shoes in the tote bag and keep it moving. So it did come in handy, but I have so many of those. T-shirts, I like t-shirts. T-shirts can be a little bit pricey, so you might want to put on some kind of, I don't know, put a slogan, put something that's going to make people remember your business, and then maybe the logo up top, and then something that you do. So now that I'm thinking about this, I'm thinking this through for myself. Maybe I get a t-shirt that tells a story, and it has a logo or the website on the bottom. Because people, that may work. Or I might put the logo on or the website on the sleeve or something like that, across the back of the back. So that may work. So I might create a shirt like that. So anyway, these are some ways for you to market your business offline. So I'm going to do a quick recap of ways for you to market your business offline. Utilize print advertising, newspaper, magazines, flyers. Now, I don't know where you live, so make sure that it's okay to put out flyers. I'm in Georgia. I have yet to see flyers put out. In Jersey, flyers are everywhere. In Georgia, not so much. I didn't see a lot of flyers. All right. Think about radio advertising. You're going to need a budget for that. Now, the other thing, the flip side to radio advertising, radio is great. It's drive time. Podcasting is cool too. I know that's online, but here's the thing. I listen to podcasts in my car. So even though that's an online platform, I mostly listen to them in my car while I'm driving. Here's why. Because there's a podcast app on my phone with millions of podcasts. And so I just pull up what I want to listen to and I plug it in and I listen to it in my car. So if you got one of those cars with a car radio where you can just do Bluetooth to the radio and listen to the podcast, it's a good way to do it. Find some podcasts. If you don't have a radio advertising budget, because that could be a little bit expensive too. If you don't have a radio advertising budget, find someone with a great business podcast or whatever kind of podcast that reaches the market that you want to reach, and say, hey, listen, what's your rates for running an ad on your podcast or your radio? All right. Outdoor advertising. Utilize billboards, bus shelters, transit ads. You can advertise on the side of the bus. It's probably expensive. Now you can do that. Or at the bus stops. There's not a lot of bus stops here in Gwinnett County, but in Atlanta, there are a lot of bus stops. And so at bus shelters, there's a way for you to run ads. Now, billboards are pretty much everywhere. Can be expensive, so make sure you have a budget for that. Event sponsorship. You can do trade shows. You can do conferences. You can do sporting events. You can do Little League. You can do, talk shows. Find somebody that you can sponsor. You can sponsor nonprofit organizations. They may have events coming up. So if you want to do sponsorships, that's a great way for you to get your name out there. Direct mail. You can do catalogs. You can do newsletters. These are that you can mail out. You can do mail them to your top 100 your power 100, the people you want to do business with. Mail it out to those people. All of these things are going to help you out. Networking and referrals. Find the networking events that you want to go to that's going to reach the audience that you're trying to reach. I know you want to reach as many as you can, but sometimes you can waste money and time going to the events where your people aren't. Like, why go to an event and your people aren't even there? Go to events where your people are. All right. Public relations. There are media outlets everywhere. There used to be a time when you only had newspaper, radio, TV. Right? Now you got newspaper, radio, TV, YouTube, Vimeo, podcasts, and blogs. It's all of that. Newsletters, printed newsletter, digital magazines, media is everywhere. So utilize PR to get your story out there. Yes, it's going to take you some time and effort to get your story out to the media, but it's worth you doing that. So put that out there. All right. And then last is branded merchandise. Order you some pens if you can and give them out at the next event. Some keychains. People like keychains. I love keychains. I always put keychains on my keys. Everybody has like one or two things on their keychains. My keychain is loaded. It's got like little feathers, little furry things. I got a whole lot of stuff. I need to clear it off. But people like keychains. People like knickknacks. So find some kind of knickknack that you can give away. The little rubber bands, I'm going to get some of those made. I had some of those made before. I'm going to get some of those made again. The little rubber bands that people wear on their arm. Believe it or not, people still wear those. The little bands that go around your arm. I'm even thinking about getting some wristbands, like real wristbands made. I saw this story about this company who had these wristbands out and they went viral, and now everybody wear the wristbands. It's a multi-million-dollar company based on wristbands. Yeah, I thought that was crazy. But I'm thinking about doing that as well. So branded merchandise, your t-shirts and things like that. So that ends my segment on how to market your business offline. I hope this information was helpful to you. Tomorrow, tune in again. I'm going to go to my last song, then I'm going to come back. But tomorrow, tune in again. So Monday through Thursday, I'll be talking business. We're talking about how to grow and how to start and grow your business. And that's all I'll be talking about. You can still find news about Gwinnett County in article form on the site. But right now, we're going to be talking about business. So that's where we are. All right. All right. I'm going to go to a song. I'll be right back after this song to give you my word of inspiration for the day. So stay tuned.
You say you are lost and you're in need of some advice. I'll try to be honest, though it's easier to lie. And you can say that I'm crazy, that you're thinking I'm ready, but I'm telling you, baby, get up and get out, 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 get up and get out. It's okay to be broken. It's okay to laugh and cry. 'Cause when you try to see the problem, that means you figure it out. And you can say that I'm crazy, that you're thinking already, but I'm telling you, baby, yeah. Get up and get out. Get up and get out. Yeah. And you can say that I'm crazy, that you're thinking already, but I'm telling you, baby. And you can say that I'm crazy, that you're thinking already, but I'm telling you, baby, yeah. Get up and get out. 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 Get up and get out, yeah, yeah. Get up and get out, yeah. Get up and get out, yeah,
Welcome back. So listen, guys, that's all I got for you today. But before I go, I want to give you my word of inspiration. Here goes. Once you face your fear, nothing is ever as hard as you think. Oh, let me say that again. Once you face your fear, nothing is ever as hard as you think. Olivia Newton-John said that, and I believe she's right. Anytime I do something that I'm afraid to do, I've done it. So now it's done. And it seemed like it's so hard. Like, I hate cold calling, y'all. That's something that I absolutely hate. Like, I will pay people to cold call for me. But I've heard someone say, Audrey, you gotta embrace cold calling. They said they built their business on cold calls. I was like, oh my God, just the thought of cold calling give me a headache. So that's a fear for me. A fear of rejection. A fear that somebody's going to yell at me on the phone. And the person said, do they know you? I'm like, nah, they don't. It's just the whole thing that somebody's going to yell at me. Anyway, yeah, face your fear, y'all. I faced some fears about some things, and when I did it, it was like, oh man, that wasn't that bad. But before I got to the point that I had to face it, oh my God, it was it was horrifying. It was like stressful just thinking about it. It was stressful. Anyway, that's all I got for y'all today. You could have been anywhere in the world, just spent the last 55 minutes with me, and I love and appreciate you for that. If you missed any episode of the show, be sure to go to goodmorninggwinnett.com to listen to past episodes there, and also be sure to connect with me on social media, on my Facebook and my Instagram at Good Morning Gwinnett. And be sure to share the show with your friends and subscribe to the show. So if you listen to us on Apple Podcasts, hit the subscribe button. If you listen to me on Google Podcasts, hit the subscribe button. Wherever you're listening to me at, hit the subscribe button. I appreciate that. And I thank you so much for listening. I'll be back again tomorrow at 10 a.m. God willing. You guys stay safe out there. And until next time, my friends, make it a great day. Bye, y'all.
You've been listening to Good Morning Gwinnett. Make sure to tune in Monday through Thursday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time to find out what's happening around Gwinnett. If you like this episode, subscribe now and share with your friends. To learn more about Noise Media Network, visit noisemedia.us.